Running a successful business in the toy industry is a real challenge. The toy market is subject to the whims of fashion and often driven by blockbuster movies and TV shows. Many brands are high risk and short-lived. Treasure Trove started life in 2000 as a supplier of educational toys to retailers in the UK and Ireland. In 2001, founder Robin Bennett came across a toy called Geomag. The product's rise and fall was a classic toy story and one that taught Treasure Trove an important lesson.
It was one of those classic situations in the toy trade where a product can have meteoric rise but then can come down as quickly. It was for no reason of our own doing. It was just we were the victims of circumstance, but the business was heavily focused on Geomag by that stage, with about 75–80% of our turnover coming from that one brand, and hence we were vulnerable to that collapse in the brand.
Since then, Treasure Trove has been careful to develop a strategy based on traditional quality toys. It's built its business on a range of products with lasting appeal.
It's quite interesting because over the 10 years the company has been going, it's evolved. It started very much as an educational toy company, but in the last 2 years we've really broadened out from that. We were appointed distributors for Briar in July of 2008. We were shipping the product by September of that year, and it was the first new brand that we'd taken on which enabled the company to move forward. It is a very strong collectible product which has a very bright future. Ubistix is a very clever product, almost as clever as the Geomag concept, and of course that's why it really caught our eye. It's going to be extremely interesting and exciting for us, given the synergy between that product and where we've been successful with magnetic construction in the past.
Treasure Trove's strategy is based on a sound business platform. For example, it has sought to become less reliant on the Christmas peak by working with brands that can sell all year round.
A number of our brands create customer loyalty. So not things that people just buy once in whichever the year is that it's the fad, but buy and continue to buy. So therefore there's opportunities throughout the year. Children get pocket money, children get gifts at Easter. There are opportunities to sell activity products through the summer holidays. So our brands inherently protect us a little bit from that. But in addition, when we took on Brio only in July this year, we acquired the Brio nursery brand. And suddenly we've gone from having no knowledge and sector experience in nursery to, in 2010, Treasure Trove Nursery will be 20% of the business.
Treasure Trove's base, a former RAF airfield in the middle of Gloucestershire, has one obvious advantage. There is plenty of warehouse space for its broad range of products. Despite the remote location, the firm has been able to draw together a strong team of professionals.
I think it helps to have the knowledge of the business, because I've seen people come into the toy trade who think, oh, it's going to be easy selling toys. And it's not a case of who you know, but knowing how the business works, and different companies work in different ways. For instance, most major companies wouldn't start buying from you for the first 3 years because they'd want to see, one, if you were going to survive, two, if you could provide the levels of stock that they would need. So we opened our first major account probably 2.5 years after we started, and then we deal with everyone now.
Treasure Trove's experience at the start of the company's life has taught it to be cautious.
In front of me, you'll see the 5 basic building blocks of wedges.
Today, with a diverse and broad range of quality traditional toys on offer and established relationships with retailers, it looks well positioned for whatever fun and games await it in the future.
Because we're now starting with baby, then that leads really nicely into our preschool line, and then as our ranges go through the years right up to mid-teen, potentially we're providing toy retailers with a complete solution from birth to teenage, and there's not too many businesses out there that can do that.
We've really had a quadrupling of the business in just over a year. It's fantastic for me to witness it and experience it. Next year we're going to be back to our peak trading sales of 2004, and with much better prospects beyond that. So the future's very bright.